Blabber.
Through history, one guy that gets a lot of credit with shaping those type of bands during that era is John Kalodner. Is that
Absolutely.
giving him? Is he really that much of a genius?
I put it this way: he doesn't get enough credit.
Okay, that's good to know. I've always kind of looked up to him and admired him because especially like I think that even Steven Tyler and Aerosmith kind of give him a lot of credit for their resurgence and whatnot. And I know he was a big part of Whitesnake and, like I said, several other bands. So, it's what is it about that? Is it just a vision that he has? Is it just an intuition about the bands, or what is it?
No, I mean, I just, for my radio show, I just did an episode with Andrew Loog Oldham, which was the original Rolling Stones manager and producer. Mm-hmm. Back in the day when the producer actually paid for the session, not the band.
Right.
And owned the masters along with the band. And
he's still alive?
Very much so.
Wow.
Very much so, yeah. And with a great sharp memory. So we were talking about details, and we were talking about the first day the first night show, he saw the Rolling Stones. They were playing at a pub and a train station outside of London. And at the time he was doing pretty good as a public relations man.
Right.
He was working with the Beatles. He had worked with Bob Dylan on his first trip to London, and he wasn't looking for a band. He just there was friends of his that say, "Hey, you should check these guys out because I'm pretty sure at some point they're going to need a publicist."
Wow.
Walks in, hears it, and it's just like something came over him.
Right.
And he got it, and that says, I got to work with these guys. I can take it from here to where you should be. Now, Where you should be at that time, you have no idea. Like I told him, I asked him, what were you thinking world domination? And he says, no, our world was London. That was it.
Right.
It wasn't then, as it grows and there's the British invasion. This is prior to the British invasion. The Beatles hadn't played Ed Sullivan yet.
Right.
When this is going on, these are guys who basically pioneered out of nothing. This was created.
Right.
Andrew, Brian Epstein, everybody that was involved in that scene. Because it wasn't just two guys. It was there was like a network of all of these great producers, managers, entrepreneurs, promoters, because you need everybody, record company guys, producers, everybody that contributed to that. Now you fast forward, you go 60s and 70s, and then you go to the 80s, and you have John Kalodner. John Kalodner reinvented. I put it this way: I was working with John Kalodner, not signed to him, but I was in a band called Angel before he joined Ozzy.
Right.
And he had just gotten signed. He was brought in to work at Geffen, as an artist relation man. And, they had just signed Elton John, I believe, John Lennon. He was John Lennon's, A&R guy.
Right.
And he was there when he got shot.
Oh, man.
Not in the spot, but
Right.
Yoko called him, and he was there. They all arrived to at the scene, and I got to tell you, he reinvented Cher, reinvented Whitesnake, reinvented Aerosmith,
right,
and a few other more.
Right.
Is he a genius? Yeah, he said. I really consider these guys geniuses because you cannot put your finger. What do these guys do? It's magic. They're like wizards, because they see things that other people might not see.
The proof is in the outcome, So.
Yeah, and if you really want to catch something likewise of what it takes to be one of those individuals, there's in Showtime, I believe it's Showtime, there's a Rick Rubin documentary. It's called Shangri-La, Shangri-LA,
Okay.
right? Which is, it's the name of his recording studio he's got in Malibu. But it's Rick Rubin going through the evolution, and it's the same thing. He's one of those guys who, when he's there in his presence, things happen.
Right.
He's a conduit.
Right.
I highly recommend that documentary so you can see the process in front of your eyes, how it develops.